have another video out called Correcting a Drop Stitch, which tells you what to do if you accidentally or deliberately drop a stitch. Now you do it deliberately to drop a stitch to make a correction and then pull the stitch back up. That video really explains how that works, but in that video I don't tell you how to change a stitch. A stitch that was a knit, change it into a purl, or a stitch that is a purl, change it into a knit. And it's a great idea. This was a suggestion from Turtle2373 on Ravelry. Sorry, I don't have your real name, but it's a great suggestion and something that I get asked plenty of times, so I'm happy to show it in video. Let's go ahead and take a look. I have this very bulky sample knit up here, and of course everything is 1,000 times easier in bulky samples. I want to show you how to do this so that you can do it in a finer sample, whatever you're knitting. This is stockinette, and I've made this one lonesome purl stitch here that I definitely need to change back to a knit stitch. So what I'm going to do first is work up to this column of stitches so I can deliberately drop the stitch. Okay, I'm up to this column of stitches. I'm going to drop that stitch off the end of the needle and then unravel it, put a run in it just like pantyhose, down so that I can correct this purl stitch. Now that's a mess, nothing to worry about. I like to use a crochet hook to do this. You want to use a crochet hook that is about the same size as the needle size that you're using. This one's a little bit smaller, but I should be fine. You can do this with just knitting, but with knitting needles, but the crochet hook makes it a bit easier. So I've dropped these stitches down, and because this stitch was a purl stitch, what was the working yarn, this ladder here, is in front of the live loop. To turn this into a knit stitch, I need to put that loop behind the stitch, because when we knit, the working yarn's in back, right? And when we purl, the working yarn's in front. So I'm going to put that in back, put the crochet hook through that live loop, and then just grab the ladder, the next rung of the ladder up, and pull that through. You don't really have to know how to crochet to do this. I split this stitch, so I'm trying it again. Okay, grab that ladder and pull it through. Then we just work up the rest of the way. There's the next rung of the ladder, grab it, pull it through, next rung, and the last rung. And then I'm left with this loop on the crochet hook that I'm ready to put onto the knitting needle. And I'm going to do that with a little twist so that it's mounted correctly with the right leg of the stitch in front. Okay, now I want to show you how to change a knit stitch to a purl stitch. Oh, by the way, look, it looks beautiful and perfect, and no one would ever know that there was a mistake there. So I'm going to deliberately drop this stitch and put a purl stitch somewhere down here. So I drop that stitch off the end of the needle. I'm going to take it down. And we are going to pretend that I want to change this next stitch in the column to a purl stitch. Everything I just dropped were knit stitches, and so the yarn is in back. To make that a purl, I take this yarn and put it in front of the stitch, because the working yarn's in front when we purl. And this time I'll come at the live loop from back to front so that I can grab this stitch and pull it through, and look at that, we've got a purl stitch. Now I'll just make the rest of these knit stitches all the way up, just like I did before. And put that live stitch up on the needle. So essentially what I've done here is I had a purl stitch over here, I corrected to a knit stitch. I had a knit stitch here that I corrected to a purl stitch, but that's how you're going to drop a column of stitches and change it from K to P. This technique is pretty easy to work, and it can save you needing to rip out several hours of work, possibly, to rip out rows down to that stitch when you can just drop a column instead. Good luck.